entering the town of Twin Peaks.
There was a fish in the percolator.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
You are witnessing a front three-quarter view of two adults sharing a tender moment.
It is happening again.
Take another look, Sonny. It's gonna happen again.
What kind of fantastic trees have you got growing around here?
I'm gonna turn it upside down.
Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about.
Sheriff, we've got a lot to talk about.
Oh boy, do we. As always, am I right?
We say it every time.
These episodes, though, were like really compelling.
They're pretty jam-packed.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to talk about
Yeah,
that.
and I mean, we're really near the end now. So we are covering Season 2, Episode 20, and Season 2, Episode 21. Cool?
Yeah.
Work for you?
Yeah, man.
So
I know, I watched them.
Let's jump in because I know there's a lot to say. I'm not going to tell you what this podcast is. You've been here. If you've made it this far, you know what's going on.
I would think so. But if it's your first time, I'm watching the show for the very first time. Matt's watched it before, and we're chatting about it.
Yep.
That's it.
So,
That's the thing.
Episode 20, Season 2, Episode 20, nicknamed The Path to the Black Lodge. Great name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Harley Peyton and Robert Engels and directed by Stephen Gyllenhaal. Yes, of that Gyllenhaal fame. That is Maggie and Jake's father, who directed a bunch of different TV.
Shit.
This episode aired on April 18th, 1991. That was a Thursday. And it aired to 7.4 million viewers compared to 7.9, being the lowest viewed episode of the original run. So this is the rock bottom.
That sucks because
7.4 is still pretty good by today's standards. I'm
yeah, I
pretty sure.
know, but like I loved this episode, so I'm PO'd. I thought this episode was like really fucking scary.
Well, I'll tell you a little more about the next one, but so then we have Season 2, Episode 21, which is named Miss Twin Peaks, written by Barry Pullman, directed by Tim Hunter, and this aired on June 10th, 1991, which I told you today was April 18th, not a June 10th. So this was like another weird gap. And also this was a Monday.
Wait, that's a crazy gap.
Yeah.
To then release the final 2 episodes the same night.
Yes. So I'll also say, yeah.
2 months later.
Yeah, April to June.
That's insane.
Unless I had those dates wrong, I feel insane. But basically, they ended up releasing 21 and 20 at the same time.
21 and 22, you mean?
Excuse me, 21 and 22 as the 2-part series finale. But yeah, there was like a whole weird gap in there, and then they released them back to back. I don't know if it was building hype, but it was to 10.4 million viewers. So both 21 and 22 had 10.4 because, back to back.
Okay.
And again, it was on a Monday. So yeah, very interesting. And we decided we were going to not cover 21 and 22 back to back, even though that's how it was viewed.
We talked about it since that was how it was aired, but
22 has a lot going on, and I think it'll be a good way to like recap the whole show, the whole first 2 seasons. And so that's kind of why we wanted to split it up this way. And I think that 20 and 21 kind of go well together.
They went together really well, yeah.
I'm double checking my dates. Yeah, it was 21 was on June 10th. Yep. And yeah, April 18th to June 10th. That's crazy.
That is
so you watch
crazy.
the Path to the Black Lodge. Well, and it's even funnier because I think that 21 ends with such a good cliffhanger that it would have made more sense not to go right into the next episode. But you do.
Yeah,
so,
but
they weren't. Everything was kind of silly at this point.
Here we are.
So that was my only really fun fact, is that 21 and 22 aired back to back. Since we're watching it on the Blu-ray, Z to A, Master Collection, whatever it is, Lucy had like a little announcement for us and was like, "Attention, Twin Peaks viewers!"
Yeah, that was kind of cute.
That's how I imagine she talks. Like
I feel like you were just doing David Lynch.
That was David Lynch. Yeah, I don't know how to. Lucy's voice is insane. I can't be doing that.
I don't think I could do it either.
So let me get to our plots really quick, and then we will get into general thoughts. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, so episode 20. Cooper realizes Earl's chess game is leading to a violent conclusion. Wheeler reveals he must leave immediately for Brazil. Donna finds her birth certificate, which has no father listed. Major Briggs reveals that Earl is obsessed with Doug Puzz, which are beings of pure evil. Cooper speculates that
Every time I heard that word, by the
like,
way,
what is it?
I was like, what the fuck are they saying?
I'm sure that's a real term. I didn't look it up,
And
though.
in my head, I thought it was more like puss and I was like, my brain, I could not process what was going on. It was real tough for me.
Yes, so Dugbuzz are beings of pure evil. Cooper speculates that Earl's true motivation in coming to Twin Peaks is to find the Black Lodge, not to actually get revenge on Cooper. Several people around Twin Peaks are struck by sudden hand tremors. Shelley and Bobby reconcile their love. Pete drives Audrey to the airport to catch Wheeler before he leaves. Earl tranquilizes Briggs in the woods, dressed as a horse with Leo as the ass of the horse. Audrey and Wheeler make love in his jet, bringing a tear to Pete's eye before he too is struck by hand tremors. Earl interrogates Briggs about the Black Lodge, discovering it will open when Jupiter and Saturn meet. We also learn that Briggs' biggest fear is that love, what is it? The love was not enough. Mm-hmm. Andrew smashes the third puzzle box with a rolling pin, revealing a smaller metallic cube inside. Cooper and Annie dance at the Roadhouse before
What do they mean
vision.
with a rolling pin? He shot it a bunch of times.
No, he first rolling pinned. And then the next episode, I think he shoots it. And I'll just say it now that he shoots it and they find a key to a safety deposit box.
I'm so sorry, my bad.
That's fine. Revealing so the small metallic cube gets shot, and then we get a safety deposit box key that him and Catherine have to both keep in plain sight because apparently they don't trust each other.
That was
which is really funny.
Yeah.
Cooper and Annie dance at the Roadhouse, and it's cute. And then a vision of the giant is standing on the stage waving at Cooper and mouths no, and is like doing a big no symbol. Earl and Andy realize that the petroglyph is a map to the Black Lodge. In the woods, Bob emerges from a bright light, the drapes of the Red Room reflected beneath him. That was pretty tight. That was so much, and that was only the first episode.
Yeah.
21. Leo frees Major Briggs, begging him to save Shelley. Audrey discovers that Ghostwood is being discreetly funded by the Twin Peaks Savings and Loan. Cooper speculates that Bob once was drawn to Josie's fear, and that fear is the key to the Black Lodge. Earl abandons Leo with a cage of tarantulas rigged on a pulley above his head. Donna demands that her parents tell her the truth about Eileen and Ben, but they refuse. Cooper recognizes two symbols on the petroglyph as Jupiter and Saturn, leading him to speculate that the Black Lodge will open with Jupiter and Saturn's impending alignment. After Major Briggs returns to society under the influence of haloperidol, which is like truth serum type stuff, his incoherent babbling that fear and love open the doors, and mentions of a queen lead Cooper to conclude that Earl will take the winner of the Miss Twin Peaks contest to the Black Lodge. At the contest that night, Donna confronts Ben, who admits to potentially being Donna's father. It's kind of inconclusive. Annie wins the Miss Twin Peaks contest. Disguised as the log lady, Earl shuts off the lights and sets off smoke bombs and strobe lights. And when the lights turn back on, Earl and Annie are missing. And that's our cliffhanger ending to that episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then, you know what's funny? This plot here didn't even acknowledge the key in the box. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, thank goodness that I got confused.
Cool. Let's get into general thoughts. I think we're going to have some similar ones, but I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. First, episode 20, I've already kind of said it, was genuinely scary to me. Between Wyndham Earl being just a totally unhinged person and that performance, incredible. The laugh he's doing is really sinister.
Meanwhile, you thought he was like too goofy to start, because he kind of is, but it's like this mix of like supervillain goofiness into the actual genuinely evil that I think really works. Like so much stuff in this show. Yeah.
And then the music in that episode is also really unsettling. And then it's the music paired with like a lot of unsettling pan outs that shouldn't be, like they don't need to be happening film-wise, but they are. So you're like, what are we panning out for? What am I missing? What am I supposed to see when it pans out? But there's not something. Mm-hmm. It's just so unsettling.
Shout out the creative direction of this episode, specifically 20. I don't know if it was Stephen Gyllenhaal, if it was Lynch and Frost, Robert and Harley, everyone. They do this amazing thing where we keep having these really corny, like soap opera love scenes, but I'm not even gonna call them juxtaposed. They are overlapped with very unsettling camera movement and music cues. And so, the one with Annie and Coop, and I'm going to have that on probably my Black Lodge moment later, the camera's just pulling out really slow as they're embracing, as if like something otherworldly is an issue, right? Is there? I don't know how else to put it. And the music is playing and you're like, why is this a problem? What's wrong? And there's this undertone. I mean, we will also see the giant say, no.
But in some of those moments, like it pulls away and we're not given like a reason why it pulled away. So then we're just thinking back and like, what the fuck was that for? Is it just to make me uncomfortable? Because it worked.
Another example would be having Audrey and what's his name, John Justice Wheeler, going into the plane, and Pete is like shedding a tear and he helped there, and then all of a sudden he gets the hand tremor.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The hand tremor's also aligned with Bobby and Shelley. There's a woman at the double R, just a random woman with the handshake, and there's clearly some kind of like evil entering. I mean, we know Bob has like returned or is returning. So there's throughout, I really liked that because it's, again, we're getting this really corny love story, again, soap opera love story, and then it's just on, but there's something seedy underneath all of it, as with a lot of the show.
Yeah.
And it's scary and really impressive. And I didn't remember this episode being as unsettling and scary as it was. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
That was my main thing. I love where the story's going. I love that we finally get Windham Earle really feeling evil. The show is still, I don't want to call it a mess. It's picking up the pieces of a mess it created. And I kind of love it for that.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, Wyndham's here for revenge. And they're like, you know what, scrap that. He's here for the Black Lodge. He's obsessed with evil. And him and Briggs go back with the Project Blue Book. And I was like, you know what, sure, I'm here for it.
No, I liked that. I know that, you know, it was probably written originally for revenge. And then they had to find their footing as to what he was actually there for. It's kind of both,
I think, but yeah.
And I actually think it's a really good, like, red herring.
And I think it also shows you that our boy Coop, who has been, you know, the best boy, is maybe actually outmatched.
Yeah.
And that's like scary.
Well, that was another thing I was going to talk about in general thoughts. And I think, like, Dale is kind of struggling. He's missing things. And I do think part of that is
he's in love.
He is outmatched and he is distracted by his
Annie.
crush on Annie.
His boy Albert's not there to back him up. Truman's probably still in a not great state.
Yeah.
Although their bromance is still alive and well. There's so much going on, and it's hard to watch sometimes where it's like, this is my guy. What have they done to my boy? But his life is changing. He's changed as a character.
I was finding myself really frustrated because the first time he gets the clue from the giant, he like gets the clues, he hears them. Then, you know, it is happening again happens. And he doesn't immediately pick up on what the fuck that means and that it's clearly not Ben Horn. And it takes him a while to process that, but then it's proven like, yeah, the giant was correct. It was happening again. He didn't get his ring back because it wasn't Ben Horn. Yada yada. So the giant coming back again here.
You think he would?
You would think he would put more stock into that, and he basically totally ignores it.
It's so hard because, like, what does it mean? Does it mean he shouldn't be with her? Is the giant trying to save her?
I would take it as, because it's when he calls her a queen.
Oh, yeah.
So I would take it as she's not supposed to enter, or she's not supposed to win. It's bad if she enters or wins. So then you would think that is how I would have taken it, and how I took it in the moment, without, you know, the rest of the episode having unfolded yet. So I was frustrated that he didn't get what the giant was putting down. Yeah,
I think, but not in like a bad writing way. It's more just like, Coop, no,
it's just
like,
frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you should know better.
As I've said from the beginning, he's becoming a more well-rounded person. He's still really good at his job, but it's like almost making him worse at his job to be a better whole person. Yeah. And he even said that he, like, after Caroline died, he's kind of just been fully into work and hasn't been a real complete person. Yeah. But it's an interesting thought. And I mean, he's a great character.
I also was just so frustrated too with like the plant that they hadn't picked up on that being suspicious yet.
There's too much going on. And Wyndham
he gets the plant after, like,
they think it's from Josie.
Yeah, after she's passed away, and it's just like, how long ago do you think she ordered this plant for it to be delivered now? And like, you're dumb. I don't know. Why would she order you a plant?
And then for him to be like, we've been working for Wyndham the whole time, because when they figured out the fear thing, Wyndham hadn't figured that out. Now he knows.
Yep.
So
because they were too dumb to like
to check the plant.
Not
again,
that you
there's
think a recording device
on.
is like in your shit, but you know,
it wasn't bugged.
And then even just like Andy's trying to talk to him over and over again, and he's like one-tracked mind about what he is thinking, and he's not taking into consideration that like
Andy's a smart boy and is shown to be a smart boy.
I understand of all people maybe dismissing Andy compared to like Truman or Albert or, you know, other people, but like he you can't just ignore your team that you then expect to like do things for you effectively.
Agreed.
So yeah, I was finding myself frustrated with Dale.
First time ever, really. No, not ever.
Probably the most frustrated I've been with him, yeah.
Do you understand? It doesn't feel like bad writing, though. It doesn't.
No, it
feel
doesn't.
Like,
It doesn't feel like bad
Yeah, I was gonna say
writing.
it feels like this is actually him, and it's like you're frustrated with a character that feels like a real person, which is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
And then my final general thoughts is I do think there's some interesting moral questions coming up with Ben's arc right now. Ben says he wants to do the right thing, and Doc Hayward is like, you should stay away from Eileen, and he said there's nothing good about ruined lives. And I think that is such an interesting an interesting thought for Ben to take in, but also for the audience to take in. Like, yes, the truth is good and all, but is it good when it comes at the harm
Of someone else.
of someone else?
Ben's whole arc right now is so interesting, and I said before, I think it's really brave of the show to do this. And I need to say it again. I probably said it last episode, but I was talking to someone off mic about it as well. And I really like the idea of let's take a character who is a sex trafficker, a rapist, a horrible businessman, and the show's not asking us to forgive him, but this character as a person has somewhat seen the error of their ways and it wants to do good. And it's like the show, a lesser show would just, he's evil, he would die, he's bad, he would never change. But the show is asking us, should we forgive him? Probably not, right? But the show is also asking us, should we fault him for trying to be better? Should we never? And it's like a really odd feeling to be like, well, this guy's despicable, but I think it's good that he's trying to be good.
My thing is like, if he's not going to get busted for all of the sex crimes, I'd at least like him to be a better person now.
And again, I will never forgive him, but should we fault him for trying to be better, right? And I think often.
I think that's a really fucked up mindset. If you're what's the point of inherently the idea of like what prison is supposed to be then?
Yeah.
If like we don't believe in rehabilitating.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe,
but
I don't think he could ever make up for what he did.
No.
But I can't I can't be upset with him for trying. And it's this weird.
That's all you can ask of people
yeah,
is to try and be better.
Yeah. And I would say though, even today, I think that we do a very bad job of that. Like you don't have to forgive and forget, but you should also be okay with them trying. And I think like an example of this, one that always drives me nuts, is Michael Vick. And I get into people arguments about this a lot where I was like, hey, that guy, like he did his time. Like he has done a lot to make up. Like you can still be upset with him, but you can't say he didn't like try. And like, obviously his crimes are a little less heinous than Ben Horne's.
Well, and then because hasn't he done like animal advocacy and those things?
Yes.
Now, yeah. And like you can be mad about what happened, but that doesn't mean like you can still acknowledge the positive change that's come from that.
My whole point is I just think it's really brave of the show to do this, and it's kind of crazy and it's a risk, and I think it's cool.
No, I agree.
And it makes you look internally and feel weird about you're like, especially because Ben has been so damn fun to watch this whole show.
Oh my god,
even when he's despicable,
he's one of the most compelling characters.
It cracks
to come
me
on
up
my screen
because Richard Berrymer is doing this amazing job of like he's so bad that when he tries to be good, it still comes across as sinister. And it cracks me up. Like he's saying these things and you're like, he can't even say good things in a way that doesn't sound like he's a sleaze. And I love that. It's so funny.
Yeah. So he's killing it.
Yeah. Very that's my thought. I went on that for a while, but just very compelling character.
Yeah, so, I agree.
Do you have any other general thoughts, or would you like to?
We can move on.
All right, Special Agent Cooper on the case. So you're gonna tell me 3 moments you think are gonna matter, and there's only one episode of the original run left. So
yeah, I know.
There's plenty of stuff that's still out there, plenty of loose threads. So what's gonna matter?
Okay. To be fair, I forgot to do this, and I was doing it while you did your plot descriptions.
Oh, okay,
so,
good.
If I
I'm usually the one not
my
prepared.
bad.
Should I make fun of you like you always do to me?
You can make fun of me.
No,
that's fine.
No, I'm a loving and good supportive partner. I'm not gonna say anything.
Whoa, what are you saying about me, bro?
Exactly. Take it as you will.
Fuck. Shots fired. Stop throwing shade at me.
Yeah, let the people decide. Have fun in jail, dirtbag.
Take a vote.
Who's a better partner? And let us know.
Yeah, let us know who seems like a better partner. Okay, so the first was the Major Briggs of it all. So first, subheader under Major Briggs is he gives us the information about Wyndham's history with Project Blue Book, which helps solve things later in the episode. Then he gets kidnapped and has the True Serum, which reveals the information to Wyndham Earl, which he will use, I'm assuming he will try and use in the last episode to get to the Black Lodge. So he gets the Jupiter Saturn, is it Saturn and Jupiter? Information.
One's expansive, one's contraction.
From Major Briggs. So obviously that's really important. Then the next bit would be that they were able to come to the conclusion about where Bob comes from, and that the key to opening the Black Lodge is fear. Because Coop tells Truman he thinks Bob is attracted to Josie's fear, and that's kind of how they come to that conclusion.
There was also a comment from Briggs about love as well opens lodge, maybe the White Lodge. So the
White Lodge, yeah,
possibly.
Is the assumption. And obviously Wyndham was eavesdropping and says, "It's fear, Leo. That's the key. My favorite emotional state."
He's so damn good.
So obviously that's a big reveal that plays in, I'm assuming, into what's coming next. And I assume fear is a big piece of like the entire concept
Fear's
of the show.
Big,
so it'll continue to be present.
You said it before I could.
And then the final thing was that the Miss Twin Peaks pageant finally happened, and we have our queen who's been kidnapped.
Annie was our queen, even though Lana and the mayor tried to bribe everyone. Dick loved Annie's speech.
I have more thoughts on both of those pieces.
Okay, we'll get to it. So is that it for?
Those are my three.
Okay, let's get to vibe checks then.
Okay, perfect. Bobby, I didn't give a vibe number, but I wrote growth.
Growth out of 10.
Growth out of 10.
Sort of. He was still staring at asses and shit, but we all be staring at asses and shit sometimes. So.
I mean, yeah, everybody be looking. As long as you can be honest with your partner about that.
I did love how he was like, when I saw you.
Talk about people's butts together. It's
careful.
Fine.
All right.
Not in like a
Don't be
pervy
a voyeur.
way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not me anyway. Speak for yourself.
No, I'm all distracted. I was just saying I really liked when Bobby was like, when I saw you kissing that guy, it lit a fire under my ass.
Yes.
Meanwhile, that was Gordon Cole.
I know. It was so funny.
And Shelley's like smiling about it.
Yeah, he said...
Gordon Cole knew Shelley's worth. All right, Bobby Bobby wasn't seeing it fully.
Yeah, I did like that he said he acknowledged he wasn't paying attention to her and that he's been acting like he's more important than everybody else and that what he is going to accomplish is more important than like what she's able to.
Yeah.
And, like you said, seeing her kiss Gordon is what made something inside him snap and kind of come to this. So I thought that was good for Bobby.
Definitely.
Because he's been frustrating lately. Yeah, so a growth out of 10. I also gave Audrey and John's pre-sex banter a 10 out of 10.
It's too corny for me. I want to love it, but I'm just like, oh my God.
Well, specifically, I'm a virgin. I want you to make love to me. And then...
He goes, right here?
It's your jet. Thank God for that.
Yeah, you're right. Billy
Picks her up,
so good.
swoops her in. I fucking loved it. And then following that up with Pete being emotional about young love, I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, and then immediately handshakes because something evil's out there.
Yeah.
Love it. Got another one? I can do mine quick when you're done.
Finally, I have Lucy. 8, 9 out of 10.
Did you see that performance? Girlie's pregnant out here hitting that dance and a split.
Bro, I have that as one of my reasons, okay? She's a great portrayal of a strong woman. Like, she's choosing who she wants to be the father.
That was
she's
pretty
not
badass. She was like, no matter who the biological is, I want Andy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no shit. And Dick was like, great. And ran
Dick
away.
was so excited. He was like, all right, amazing.
God,
got shit to do.
I love Dick Tremaine. I can't help it. I said, you and I are... I want to know if other people actually love Dick Tremaine or if it's just you and I.
I think he just reminds me...
Of friends of ours.
Of a friend of ours, but just like in a less...
Obnoxious.
Well,
our friend is less
way.
obnoxious.
Yeah. But yeah, so I really loved that she was, making that choice for herself. She, has been an independent woman working a job, taking care of herself. And she had a badass talent and she looked hot. And we love that for her.
Definitely.
But she's not a perfect 10 because she's a little dumb at times and has an annoying voice.
I was laughing, and I don't know where to throw this in, but when she tells Andy, and Andy's like, Lucy, I'm very happy and I'm ready to be a father, but I need to find Agent Cooper right now. And I love when Andy gets all serious like that. He's like,
and then she's
I
like,
need to
men.
And I was like, no, Andy is he's right. He's like, I've been looking for him. I need to take care of this. And Andy's a fun character. So
yeah,
love that guy. All right, mine. I had to bump up. I didn't realize I gave Leo a 3 out of 10 last week, which is crazy work. And I'm gonna bump him up. Leo's still a horrible, despicable person and deserved everything that happened to him. But I love that he's trying to save Shelley and releases Briggs to save Shelley, because even with all his horribleness, there's some part that still cares about her. And so I just needed to bump him to a 4 out of 10, which is way too high, but it's only because I gave him a 3 last week.
Yeah, I think last week he deserved like a 1 or a 2, so he could.
That was a mess up by me.
Whatever.
Well, I think last week maybe a 0, and this week a 1, because we put him so negative.
Because he was negative before that. Yeah, I find that story arc kind of compelling. It's interesting to think of the mind of an abuser that way.
Yeah. The show does a lot of really interesting stuff with that.
Because, obviously he did so much to hurt her and now wants to protect her. And I think it's interesting to be able to portray someone who is extremely harmful but still has love and care for that person.
I feel like a modern show would either go full that they're fully evil or full redemption. And this show doesn't do either with both of these characters, Ben and Leo.
Yeah.
And I like
because they don't deserve full redemption.
And they also, but they also can try.
Yeah. And we can appreciate their growth, like we said. And
I keep saying that, but I just think it's cool because it feels like it's missing from a lot of modern writing. Mm-hmm. I have Briggs as a 10 out of 10.
Obviously, always.
And what's your biggest fear? The possibility that love is not enough. And I've heard people say this, and I agree that line is the skeleton key for all of David Lynch's work. All of it. Yeah. And that's the motto that man internally had. And I know, again, he oversaw the whole show, and these are him and Mark Frost's characters. It's not just him, but I really do believe that if you look at so much of his work, that's a big part of it. Even with all how seedy and scary some stuff is, there is his central thesis is going against apathy and going for love.
Yeah, I'm trying to process through his movies, and I'm seeing it in everything that I can think of off the top of my head.
And that's I think a big fear of his is that there is how much evil and how much horribleness out there. Is love enough to counter that? Well, even
just thinking of from Eraserhead, fear of being a parent is is love enough to keep my child safe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's very prevalent.
And it is funny for people to be like, this guy makes such fucked up, crazy movies. And it's the core of it is so much about love. Mm-hmm. And it's the core can be so simple.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's also about, abuse of power and harm we do. But I think he's showing this to us so that we learn the lesson of is love enough to, counter this. And that's scary. It's a scary thought that it's not. It might not be.
Yeah.
So love it. All right, and Lana, the Black Widow, 0 out of 10. She's pissing me off.
She's so annoying.
I kind of like her being annoying now because I like how one-track mind she is about winning this thing and how it actually seems like she might have superpowers, or girl might be a lodge entity herself, or a Dugpa, whatever it was.
I do think it's very funny her powers of seduction.
It's even more.
She's annoying.
She's really annoying, but I'm giving her a 0 because bitch, this isn't about you.
Yeah,
all right.
It's not. So shut up.
But it is interesting. She just scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. I'll bring her up later under a different section.
Okay. Well, I don't think we have any suspects of the week.
No.
Sheriff. I don't even know. You got a little bit of answer on the who, what, where, when, why of Bob.
I did get some return. Who, what, where, when, why of Bob.
Is he a Dugpa? Dogpa, whatever the hell they're called. I don't even know now.
That word is just
It's going to hurt you. I can't even find it now. So Dugpas
is how it's written.
Yeah. So
beings of pure evil.
Is that I would say that feels like what he is.
Yeah.
And I would also say it's becoming clear that he probably comes from
the Black Lodge. Yes.
Yeah, cool.
That's
all right,
what
sorry,
I was
it is. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I'm helping you out. So I think that. And anything else about him? Oh, he's attracted to fear.
Yeah.
And it's kind of feeds on fear, which makes sense that he would. Sorry, I'm just, this is for the viewers too. It kind of makes sense that he would latch himself onto an abusive father.
Yeah.
And it's it gets back to the question of, was he controlling Leland, or was he just along for the ride to feed off that fear, or was it a little bit of both?
Yeah.
And I think it being a little bit of both is the interesting. And that then makes you think about like how he was with Leland for so long.
Yeah.
And it was like he was with someone else before that and then like entered Leland.
Yeah. It's horrifying.
It's bad. It's real bad. He was feeding off that fear for a long time.
Yeah.
Or creating that fear and feeding off of it for a long time.
Yeah.
Very Pennywise, but maybe cooler.
Probably cooler.
Yeah.
But I haven't read the book, so I don't know.
Sure. Okay. Then let's get into who we're trusting with our coffee.
Okay. My answer is really funny. Okay. Sure. The bromance of Andy and Dick Tremaine. Andrew and Dick Tremaine this week.
What did they do this week?
Andy figured out the map.
Yeah.
And was not given up.
Sure.
To let Coop know about that. And Dick Tremaine chose the lovely mental health allegory speech over seduction.
Hell yeah, Dick. So you're giving both of them.
Yeah.
You're going on a date.
A double date.
You're going on a double
boys.
date. Well, not double. It'll just be you and them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
well, you're the third wheel. You're a third wheel
date.
in that
I
situation.
know. That's what's funny about it. Yeah.
Andrew.
I
like that. I'm giving my coffee to Annie because she's a precious little soul.
That's valid.
And
I thought about doing Annie, and I was like, this is funnier.
With all the characters having so many like side motives and not really saying what they mean, it's refreshing for her to really just say exactly what she feels and means. And I think that's why Cooper likes her so much. I mean, obviously, I think he says that. Yeah. That's why she's like distracting to him. And it's cool because at first you're like, what is this? What's her deal? And it's like, no, she's got a little bit of touch of the tism. You know? So does Coop. So
yeah. Yes, sir.
That's such a funny way to put it. But yeah, and I like her as a character. I think she's really like, again, a precious soul. That's why it's going to hurt even more that she was stolen.
Yeah.
So, and who isn't invited to coffee? Do we both have the same?
I don't know. What did you put?
I have Wyndham Earl. I said Wyndham Earl, my goodness.
I didn't
you ain't
want
touching my coffee.
To be a cliche and pick the obvious villain, so I put Lana.
Oh yeah.
She's not invited to the coffee date. She had a lame ass talent, and she's abusing an elder. So she's not invited.
Yeah, and she might have killed his brother.
Yeah, I'm not for elder abuse and murder and bad talents. Get better, bitch.
All right, let's get on to cherry pie.
Had she just walked out and been like, my talent is that I'm hot, I'd have way more respect
instead
for what
of doing
she
like
did.
the belly dancing.
I was like, man, stop trying to cultural appropriate here. Like, stop
Hold
this.
up. I think that's appreciation, but either way, she lost, so it's okay.
Yeah, thank
All right,
God.
Cozy versus Nightmare. Black
Best
cherry pie
performance
moments.
of the episode, bitch.
I skipped it. You're right.
It's the same answer, though.
It's Wyndham Earl.
Kenneth Welsh is killing
This is easily his best too. When he has that white face and black teeth moment.
Yo, what the fuck?
I think he was doing makeup tests.
Why did he have black teeth? It was so scary.
When they shoot him far away as the log lady, I didn't realize who it was at first. I was like, what? That doesn't look like the log lady. It has bark on there. Who is that? And I'd forgotten. And then all of a sudden it gets close. It's like, oh my God, it's like Wyndham Earl. And it like actually got to me.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Them shooting it far enough away that your eyes couldn't adjust enough to like be like, what? Who is that? Really got me. So he's spooky as hell and funny as hell in this in a very spooky way.
Yeah.
So, okay, I totally agree. All right, now we can get to Black Lodge and cherry pie moments.
Yeah.
So what's our cozy moment this week?
Okay, I have two big ones. So Lucy choosing Andy as the father.
Great.
Is a lovely cherry pie moment. My other one is the conversation with Audrey and Pete. Because Audrey is sad that Jack is leaving. And Pete says he'll be back one day. He promised. What a romantic. He's so precious.
I need to add. Okay, go ahead.
And then he offers to take her fishing since Jack didn't get to take her fishing. And he says there are a lot of cures to a broken heart, but, quote, nothing quite like a trout's leap in the moonlight.
I also had that as my cherry
adorable.
pie.
I was like, don't interrupt me. I have the full quote, bro.
My man gets so pumped when she's like, he was supposed to take me fishing on Pearl Lake. And you just see Pete's eyes light up. He took Josie fishing. He always, it's from the beginning. Yeah. That's literally how he finds Laura.
Oh my God,
he's walking to go fish.
That man loves fish.
In the first episode. So, That's how the show starts.
What are yours? So you had
Mine
the
was that,
Audrey.
and then I really liked a lot of the Coop and Annie stuff, especially with the spooky stuff happening around. I just think while it can be very corny, I think the things they say are interesting. But then at the same time, I'm like, Coop me boy, we got to get back on the case.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't, no time for distractions, all right? So. And now it's even scarier because Wyndham Earl grabbed her. And now this even helps his revenge even more.
Yeah.
I have an in-between.
Me
Somewhere
too.
in between. I have Nadine going, like getting upset finally, like subconsciously that they're getting married. And is like, well, Mike and I are also getting married, and starts like crushing his hand. I was like, oh,
It's, like,
I've
funny,
had
but it's
Nadine on
sad.
so many somewhere in betweens. And I think Ed and Norma as well have been there because it's like, I love this, but I'm nervous.
Yeah,
So
I
poor
know.
Nadine. Nadine, so fucking funny. And she looked great up there. Her talents were good. She was
did.
dancing around.
Good for her.
That's why people are always like, I can fix her, because Nadine's secretly kind of hot. No one knows. The eye patch throws you off.
okay, but she was nailing those dance moves.
She
I was
actually
like,
was.
oh, Nadine should win.
Yeah, Nadine should.
Based off the opening dance number, it's Nadine.
I really also liked when she was showing her slideshow of her beating all these men. And
That was funny as fuck. I love that. That's a cherry pie moment
Yeah.
that I forgot to write down. That's definitely a cherry pie for sure.
all right.
My in between was Wyndham Earl saying, Leo, looks like you finally found your calling, as Leo is the ass of a horse.
Yeah. I have another Leo moment you made me think of when he thinks that the shock collar just shocks whoever it points at. So he points it at Wyndham Earl and shocks himself.
Yeah, that was real tough. I was like,
This poor
man
special
to a
needs man.
hospital.
Oh man.
His brain don't work.
Yeah.
Someone help him.
Yeah. Thank God Hank Jennings is in jail. Just remembered that.
Oh my God, yeah. Because think about what abuse he could be doing
Yep.
to the disabled man.
All right, let's get to a Black Lodge moment.
Okay.
We already talked about one of mine, which was the slow pull out while Coop and Annie are like embracing in the double R.
My God.
That was insane.
Yeah.
And also every handshake is like a Black
Yeah, all
Lodge.
the handshaking is really alarming.
It's such a great, just like the you know what it is? I realized, wow, sorry, let me tangent. There has been this underlying evil of the town of Twin Peaks the whole time. Not just like Black Lodge and Bob, but just like everything from episode 3 when Bobby is like, you know, who killed Laura? We did. And this is the actual physical manifestation of it. Now that Saturn and Jupiter are, you know, overlapping and the lodge might be opening, the physical manifestation of everyone's collective kind of apathy is now affecting them. And it's even strangers, random people out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting to get physical with the metaphysical. So that's it.
I
Go
agree.
ahead. Yeah, I have another one, but I'll let you go first.
Wyndham Earl laughing.
Yes.
He's scary as shit.
Kenneth Welsh go crazy.
And also the very specifically the line, I haven't been this excited since I punctured Caroline's aorta.
You gasped because that was finally a realization that he did kill her.
I mean, we thought he did it, but it's just the phrasing of just
That's his
saying that
wife.
about your wife is horrifying. What the fuck,
Yep.
dude?
And we don't even know what he did originally that she was the witness for.
My God, yeah, he's horrifying. I love to know what the fuck he did because he's done all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, I just feel like everything that he's doing in these episodes is very Black Lodge-y, like, you know, kidnapping a man and abusing a disabled man and then kidnapping a woman and all the flashing lights and just like everything he's doing is very Black Lodge.
Do you have any others? Because I'm going to take mine into dying to discuss.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So my other big Black Lodge moment is the strobe lights part. The kidnapping, it is incredible. And I feel like I've not seen anything like this in a show or a movie. Something about the visuals of it was insane. And I know it sounds hyperbolic, but you feel like you're watching something you've never seen. And that was kind of going into my dying to discuss is when these episodes ended, I looked at Hanna and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a TV show look like this. And I don't know if I ever will again, just as an overall, the vibe and feel. I was even thinking about during the pageant, the way they shot the pageant was completely different from everything else they shot to make it feel like a stage performance. And just like the interesting things they did. And I think part of it is probably that they built full sets, like with ceilings and everything. And that helps give it this different look. And I know we talked about that before. But that strobe light scene, I just don't know how it was achieved, other than there was definitely real strobe lights. it felt like I was in a strobe light room because I've been there. The disorientation of it while also being fully clear of what was happening. I was blown away by the filmmaking here.
Yeah.
And I just like want everyone out there to think like, have you seen something like this before? Because I doubt it.
Not in this
way. At least in this practical way.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, especially, have you been at a rave or something with strobe lights and you like, when you move like that, it like looks like you're moving in pictures.
Makes me feel ill.
Shooting this to look that way was
haunted houses.
Amazing.
I literally like go through and I'm like, I can't see. No one jump out at me.
Kind of
I'm so disoriented and I think I'm dying.
I felt like I was in that scared crowd. It was so cool to disorient me as the viewer. And I just, somebody do that, please. I would love to see this again. Yeah. But as a whole, that was my dying to discuss, is that I just don't know. This show looks so different from everything I've seen. And maybe especially for TV at the time. So
my dying to discuss is really silly.
Go ahead.
Dale is so pure, I can't imagine him boinking someone.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I did say that while we were watching. I was like, Dale, you can't have sex on my TV. You're so pure and innocent and special.
Yep.
I don't know why. In his characterization, I just couldn't process him.
He's very special.
Having sexy times. It just didn't track.
All right, then.
Anyway,
I got no comment on that.
That's fine.
All right, let's get our notes for Diane. What are we carrying forward?
Okay.
Sheriff.
So Jack is leaving because a friend of his / a partner of his has been murdered.
In Brazil.
Is this true? Will we ever know? Will he ever be back? Who's to say? After Ben and Audrey talked, the scene ended with him looking at something, and there was like a sound design that made it seem like he was looking at something bad or shocking, but we didn't see what he was looking at. What was he looking at, please? Anything? Question mark? Or just music to unsettle us? Jack Nance looking at the woods, saying, Josie, I see your face.
That was
and then waving goodbye at her.
That was nuts.
What the fuck?
We didn't even talk about that. And I was like, oh my God. He was like, Josie, I see your face. And was like looking.
And it's kind of like a small moment.
It's real.
So if
and
you're
then
not
Audrey's
paying
like,
attention,
Pete, gotta go. We gotta go to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unsettling.
It was
She's
really
in the
unsettling. Wood. Yeah. Why are so many people's hands violently shaking?
Well, we discussed that a little bit.
Yeah. Why were Wyndham Earl's teeth all black in that one scene?
I have no idea.
That was horrifying and I hated it.
Master of disguise.
Stop that, sir. Why did Wyndham feel the need to dress as a horse?
Well, he's used a lot of costumes, and I think maybe he just had that one laying around, so he wanted to get a use out of it.
He thought Leo would find his calling, so he said, let's go, bro.
Because Wyndham's a weird dude.
He's so weird. I just wrote the quote down. I don't even know what my question was. What do you fear the most in the world? The possibility that love is not enough.
Yeah,
what does that mean to Briggs?
What exactly what it says. What is it? Whatever it means to you is what it means.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I don't even remember what my question there was. But it's nice to review because it's a really cute, it's a really sweet quote to think about. And sad to think about. Why did Dale think the giant was waving? Because he clearly didn't get the hint. Why did Nadine react to Ed wanting to marry Norma like that?
Subconscious.
Is she finally, is she consciously aware at all? Or is this like a subconscious reaction? And where will that go now? Will she prevent them from being together? Will she ditch Mike? Who knows? How does Mike feel about the fact that they're getting married now, allegedly?
These are so funny.
Why did Wyndham choose to dress as the log lady?
Because it was scary.
Yeah.
He knew he'd fit in. No one
so
ever pays
crazy.
attention to what the log lady does.
I know. Except for that one guy who was hanging all over her at the bar.
That was odd, yeah.
It was like, what the fuck's happening? And then it pans over and she's not there anymore. Yep. Scary. Wyndham knocked out Bobby. Are you okay, Bobby? We got no follow-up there. Bobby, you good, brother? What do we think that Annie and Audrey's talents were? Because we saw their speeches, not their talents. And Annie's had to have been good if she won in addition to the speech. Point. Shelley, they showed nothing of. I'm assuming there wasn't anything of substance.
Donna, we saw nothing of either.
Yeah. Ladies have nothing to offer us, I suppose. Is Wyndham going to successfully kill Annie? And is Wyndham going to get into the Black Lodge?
I would carry forward, is Wyndham going to get into the Black Lodge? Because obviously that's where all of this is leading.
Of course.
What is the Black Lodge?
Great question. Let me pull up my questions from last time. So
Sure.
One of the questions was, what did the telegram Billy Zane received say, and where's he going?
We know what happened there.
So we know now. Why is Ben talking to Donna's mom?
Because he might be
her dad.
Donna's dad. I don't think they've made it fully clear, but it seems pretty implied.
Mm-hmm. It's very heavily implied. It has been from moment one.
Yeah.
Pretty words for pretty girls. Which one should be my queen?
Well,
what is Wyndham planning to do with the women of Twin Peaks? Why Shelley, Audrey, and Donna?
It was decided that it would be the winner of the Miss Twin Peaks contest.
So we kind of know what he's doing. He wanted the winner of the Twin Peaks pageant, the ultimate queen, to abduct and kill, probably. What do the 3 triangular scars, the nuclear symbol on Briggs's neck, mean? We have that.
Yeah, they kind of fit in with the owl symbol from Owl Cave,
Yes.
which is another symbol from the...
So I should have probably erased that, but we have that now.
It's still confusing, but I'd say that symbol is supposed to be an owl.
Yeah.
Also, you brought this up off mic, and I don't think we talked about it. That's the same symbol that's been on Coop's ring from before he got to Twin Peaks.
The owl one.
The owl ring.
Yes.
Which is very interesting that that's never been really brought up, but that's definitely the ring. That was the ring the giant took,
and
had
that's
that symbol.
Confusing to me, too, because owls are constantly, like...
Well, yeah.
Sinister.
It also can be taken as the 2 mountains of Twin Peaks. It's kind of both. So, yeah. Okay.
Briggs's wife says he left and disappeared before. Where was he then? I mean
he's been very involved with the evil in
like,
that woods.
Yes. Where has Bob gone? What is he now? I don't know where he went, but we know where he is now. And
he's
where
out
does
and
he
about.
come from? Seemingly
the Black Lodge.
The Black Lodge.
Which is in Twin Peaks, so it makes you question, like, is the evil of, Twin Peaks cause it to be there, or is it vice versa? Is it both?
Yeah.
So.
Should I remove that question?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. How long have Laura and her mother had dreams?
Hold on for that for a long time.
Owl's question mark.
Debatable.
So, yeah. Is Lucy's baby Andy?
We still don't know, but Andy will be the father either way.
I'm taking that question off because I feel like...
Father that stepped up.
Yeah. I feel like that's my answer. That's what matters. Yeah. And I'm happy with that. So those are our questions. We have a lot that were removed from lingering. Yeah. A lot.
And now we will be entering the finale of season 2 of the original run of the series that ended in 1991, and it ends, got canceled. So I'm pumped. Ooh. This next episode's an absolute nightmare, and I'm really excited for you to sit down and watch it because it is a really important episode to the entire lore of the show, which is kind of interesting, like how much was created in just this in this episode. And the fact that I'll be interested to see if you would have been satisfied with it without the return, considering the return came, 27 years later.
Yeah, that'll be a fun discussion point in the next episode.
Yeah, I'm really, I'm pumped. I just want to watch it right now, but we got to go watch other movies. So I also said we got to turn the lights down. For anyone who hasn't seen the finale, turn the lights down, silent room, get this thing on, and just let this shit wash over you because it is, it's pretty out there, and I like it. And also, your boy directed it.
Yay!
Yeah.
My boy!
Of course he did.
Of course, yeah.
And it's another big swing and a risk that a show could do. So pretty badass. I'm pumped to talk about it, so I'm excited for everyone else. I also think it's interesting to have 21 as kind of the a sort of a finale in ways into kind of a cliffhanger to get to the bombastic finale.
Yeah. It is interesting.
It's almost like 2 little peaks. Or I guess we're really going Twin Peaks. Oh,
whoa,
that's crazy.
Whoa.
So, okay, let's rate it.
Okay.
I'm giving episode 20 is a fine cup of coffee, and episode 21 is a damn fine cup of coffee. I find it. I gave so many episodes damn fine cups of coffee because it just they worked at doing what they needed to do. Even in the season 2 that is slowing down, I feel like they still just work, and so it's hard to rate them bad.
Yeah. I really liked these episodes, so I'll go damn fine cups of coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the blistering, hot, perfect espresso that we talked about.
Yeah, it's not my like favorite cup of coffee in Italy and my favorite slice of pie, but like they were damn fine. Yeah,
yes,
they're good cups of coffee.
Fine. All right. Well, when we are back, we will be talking about the finale of season 2. So everyone, buckle up.
Buckle the fuck
and
up
we will
and
see
strap
you.
in.
We'll see you in the Black Lodge with a fresh cup of coffee.
Whoa, scary. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Twin Peaks, a Twin Peaks rewatch podcast from Horror Hour with the Hannas. If you liked the episode, please make sure to give us a 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app. If you'd like to call into the show, call us at 215-821-9584. You can find us on the socials at Welcome to Twin Peaks Podcast on Instagram or at our original account at Horror Hour Hannas on TikTok. Come back soon for more coop, coffee, and cream corn.